I really studied last night. No phone, no TV, nothing. My mama thought I was sick. What was Fillmore's first name, Milton or Millard? Millard, that's right. Oh, but he won't ask that anyway.
How come he's so sure?
Mr. Dixon never asks anything I know. You ready? What you have to worry about, you always pass.
Yeah, I passed. Hey, what's in the basket? Big lunch? Oh, she's gorgeous. Oh, can I hold her?
Not so loud. I'm trying to hide her and you coming on like my grandmother. Come on.
Is that your sister?
Yeah, the babysitter didn't show up this morning. Terrific test, Mr. Dixon.
I'm glad you like it. What's in there?
What's in where?
Pam.
Mr. Dixon, it's her sister.
Dorothea.
She just volunteered to school.
Okay, back to work. I want to talk to you. We'll take Dorothea with us. I want her to hear this, too. Take over, Miss Johnson.
All right. Everybody back to work.
See, my mother has a job, and the babysitter didn't show up this morning, so I didn't want to miss the exam. I knew you wouldn't mind. Dottie's such a good baby. She doesn't cry anything. I couldn't miss the exam.
Which reminds me.
Please, Mr. Dixon.
Go back in. I'll take Dorothea down to Miss McIntyre's.
Oh, thank you.
I'll be back.
I'll take care of everything.
Mr. Dixon, if she fusses, just sing to her a little bit. I gotta have a man. That's her favorite.
I'll remember that. Good morning.
Good morning. get 3 guesses?
300. You won't even come close.
You want to tell me about it?
Sarah,
What?
there's not much time left.
Time for what?
You haven't written one word. Is something wrong?
Mm-mm.
There is something wrong. Look, you can tell me. Come on. Sarah, you've got to take the exam.
Why?
Why? Because it's part of the... Oh, don't misunderstand me. I don't fully approve of the grade system, but it's the... Well, it's what you've got to... Well, you know.
No, I don't know. No, I really don't.
Sarah, what is it? I mean, you've never been in any trouble before.
I'm sorry.
No, but this week, no, you've been different. I mean, inattentive. Like, well, even a bit surly. I heard you had to go to Mr. Kaufman's office.
Twice.
Sarah, this isn't you.
Are you sure?
You're a good, average student.
Yeah, that's me, all right. Average.
Take the test. For me. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. You don't want to get an F, do you?
Last exam, I got an A. Don't ask me how, just an accident. So, if I get an F this time, I'll average out to a C. And that's what I am, a C student. Average.
But Sarah, you've got to. Don't make me do this.
Do what?
Send you to Mr. Kaufman's office.
Okay. You're nice. I won't make you do it. I'll just go. You do that great.
Why, thank you. I've been doing it for quite a few years.
Well, I can see that.
Sarah, come in, please. See? What's new?
I guess you could say I walked out on an exam.
Oh, Sarah, this is, what, the 3rd time this week you've been to see me?
Right.
And in a year and a half you've been at Walt Whitman before. You never...
I wasn't sent here once.
Right.
I guess I wanted to know you better.
What is that, sarcasm? Because it's not smart to be sarcastic, Sarah. Then I'll have to act like a principal and you're going to lose. And why can't we just be nice to each other? So you're in a little trouble. Okay, everybody's got a right to get in a little trouble once in a while. Just so we'll notice him or her. You see how understanding I can be? You don't see. All right. Time to be a principal. You walked out on an exam. Why?
I wasn't interested.
Why weren't you interested?
Because it doesn't mean anything. Not to me.
Well, not now, but someday it might.
Can you promise me that one day that history test will have any effect on my life?
Come on, Sarah, of course not. You know that, but you're not going to help yourself by walking out on it.
In other words, if I really hang in there and take my tests and pass my courses, then someday, with the right breaks, I can be her.
You're going to be who?
That machine lady out there. The human crank.
That's not funny. Kaufman. Who, Liz? Oh, you've got problems. What, now? All right. I'll be right over. We can compare problems. Take a walk. Oh, will you wait here, please? Your problem is better than mine.
Mr.
Mr. Kaufman.
I know it's my fault. I was the one that said, enjoy your vacation. Have a summer you'll always remember. Now look.
Mr. Kaufman, that's Pam Huntley's sister. Her mother works and the babysitter didn't show up, so she brought the baby to school.
Of course.
She had to. She had a big exam.
We have a rule at Walt Whitman. You've got to be at least 13. Tell you what, I will take your problem, and I want you to talk to my problem out there.
What are you doing here? Why aren't you in class?
Miss Olson has a little problem. I want Liz to talk to her.
Oh.
Where are you taking the baby?
To home economics, because it's a girl. If it were a boy, I'd take him to manual training. 3 times this week in my office. The record is 4, established in 1951. I don't want her to tie it.
Sarah, come in.
Oh, by the way, tell Pam, what's her name, after the exam she's to take the baby home. She won't be charged for the absence. Eggs.
One of the most important issues in this country has been states' rights. We've heard a lot about it lately. But what historical figure comes to mind in connection with states' rights? Jason.
John C. Calhoun.
How'd you know that?
Well, it was in last night's assignment.
Can anybody tell me something about John C. Calhoun? Sarah.
John C. who?
Didn't you read last night's assignment? Anybody?
Mr. Dixon, can I say something?
Sure.
What's the difference? I mean, what's he to me? John C.
Calhoun.
Calhoun. What's he got to do with my life? Tell me.
Okay, I'll try.
Excuse me, Mr. Dixon, but he's just something you teach. I mean, like remember Mrs. Wharton used to teach history? She taught my father. She probably taught him all about John C. Calhoun. Well, how did it help him? He's a clerk in the post office. And nobody sends letters to John C. Calhoun.
You mean it wasn't useful?
Right. Like I took Latin. You know what the homework was once? We had to make a list of 500 words beginning with a hard C. Why? What for? I'm going to be out of here soon anyway, get a job for a while, and then get married and have kids. A lot of good hard C's are going to do me.
In other words, if it doesn't help you become a wife and a mother, you're not interested, right?
Right.
What if you don't become a wife and a mother?
Oh, come on, Mr.
Okay, I take it back. You will become a wife and a mother. And John C. Calhoun won't help you cook a meal. I guess to most of you, or many of you, a lot of what we're doing here seems to be useless. But education is not useless. I wouldn't be here if I thought it was. Okay, Sarah?
Sure, Mr. Dixon.
I'd like to stay and help you work this out, but I've got to monitor the north stairwell.
The more I think about Sarah, the more I wish I had a stairwell to monitor. Hey.
Hello, Sarah.
Mr. Dixon, Miss McIntyre.
Have a seat.
Oh, no, thank you. Mr. Dixon, I'm sorry about what happened in class today.
No need to be sorry. You had something to say, so you said it. Probably did me as much good as it did you.
Well, I don't know, but I had to say it. I guess I was hoping you'd understand.
I think I do. Would you like to take the test over again? I'd be glad to.
No, you don't understand. You don't.
Sarah, what is it that we don't understand?
I was sorry about what happened because I didn't want you to think I was being wise. But I meant what I said. History doesn't mean anything to me. Remember, Miss McIntyre, when we talked about what classes I had to take this year? Had to take. You kept saying I had to take this, I had to take that. And I kept thinking, why? Why couldn't I take something I wanted to take? Something for me.
But Sarah, there's a whole list of elective courses.
Something for me. Me. You don't know what I'm talking about.
have a terrible feeling I've been that girl's counselor for a year and a half, and I don't even know her.
You're Lana's mother, of course. Oh, no, don't tell her to do that. No, that was because... Madam, this is not a nursery here, much as I'd love to oblige. All right. Be out the rest of the week. Yes, well... All right, now, look. Everybody, take your brothers and sisters home, please. If you have to babysit, please do it there.
Oh, Mr. Kaufman, I've never been marked absent from school.
Your fantastic record will remain unblemished, at least for today. Now, please, go home, and tell your parents no more of this. Any more back here? All right.
Well, you've always said school should play an important role in the community.
Please, don't quote me.
And that we should be more concerned about family difficulties.
Pete, you know, I hate to be quoted.
And the student's work in school has its source in the home.
Oh, boy. You have to quote me, don't you?
Well, actually, I came in here because I have a problem. Sarah Olson.
Sarah Olson? That's the only problem I haven't had all day.
I don't think you will either. She's given up on us.
Given up on us? Then what are we supposed to do for her? I've got students with big problems, F students.
And what about the C students like Sarah? The ones that get lost in the shuffle. Don't we have any time for them?
Pete, you know the statistics. 2/3 of our students are C students, so-called average students. No, the fact is, I don't have time for every one of them.
Well, that's their problem. Nobody has any time for them. That's Sarah's problem. She's tired of being average. She wants more.
Oh, fine. I'm all for that. Let's give her more. Tell me what it is. I'll see to it personally.
I'm not sure. That's my problem.
Well, what can I tell you? Well, you go home and think about your problem. I'll go home and think about my problem, maybe tomorrow. Or, unless you'd like to switch problems, of course.
No, thank you. I'll keep mine.
Didn't you sleep well last night?
Oh, pretty well for about 40 minutes. How about you?
Slept like a log. All that talk about Sarah, and I sleep like a log.
Good morning. I've got something to show you.
What? What?
Come on, I'll show you.
What is it?
I'll tell you when you get upstairs. Take a look.
I see. It's a room. It's an empty room.
I beg your pardon.
Almost empty?
Thank you. Did you tell him yet?
Not a thing.
Good. Ladies, picture, if you will, an array of baby cribs, row on row, right here. And in those cribs, an array of ecstatic infants. Now, why, you ask, are they so ecstatic?
Why are they so ecstatic, Mr. Kaufman?
Wonderful question, Miss Johnson. Because this is theirs. All theirs.
And over here, table, paints, easels, and a sandbox.
They can draw, finger paint. They still do that, don't they? I mean, finger painting hasn't become square, has it?
Do you mean you're turning this into a nursery?
Yes. The parents need it, the students need it. I'm calling it Operation Sandpile. Operation Sandpile? You think it's too Madison Avenue?
I think it's groovy.
Oh, yes? Would you go so far as to say it's out of sight? Pete, tell them what it's going to be like.
Well, it's strictly a volunteer program. The kids who are willing to give up their free periods can work here, babysitting. Also after school. We'll be completely outfitted. Meals, everything.
Hey, who's paying for all this?
We have enough trouble trying to get erasers.
Don't worry about it. I've already spoken to the school board. They're considering it now. They don't dare turn me down.
Did you threaten to resign?
Worse, I threaten not to resign.
I think it's perfect. I think it's a great idea.
Now comes your part.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm going to need some people to staff it, and I want you to do the recruiting for me.
I've got a candidate for you.
What do you think?
It's okay. What's it for?
It's Mr. Kaufman's idea. A nursery project for parents who can't find or afford babysitters.
It's a good idea.
Yes, it is. Surprised that a principal would think of something like this?
Sort of.
He calls it Operation Sandpile. Beginning to sound more like a principal, isn't he?
You wanted to see me?
Yeah. We're looking for girls to staff the nursery. I thought maybe you might like to volunteer.
Another elective?
No. As a matter of fact, you'd be doing it in your free periods and after school.
Oh, no thanks. I like my free periods. And when school's out, that's where I want to be. Out.
Sarah, you've been looking for something useful. Well, here it is. You want some training for being a mother? You can get it right here. You like babies. They'll be here, too.
Well, I'm not going to be a mother for a while.
Then you're going to have to get a job, right? Now, what are you going to do? Be a file clerk? A package wrapper?
I was thinking of becoming a mimeograph operator.
You could be a nursery aide. That's right. We're going to have a program for it right here. The certificate will get you a job in any nursery in town. But there's only...
Well, I'll have to get my grades up, right?
That's right. For this, average isn't good enough.
Thanks, but I don't think so. Not that you didn't do a good selling job.
Now listen. All week long, you've been doing everything you could do to get us to pay attention to you. All right, we're paying attention to you. Because you hit us with a pretty serious problem.
Look, Miss McIntyre, I don't want to fight.
Well, I do. Because we came up with an answer. But it's no good, is it, Sarah? It's a lot easier to ignore it than to try something you might really have to work at.
Okay. If you feel this strongly about it, I'll try it.
Wrong reason. Don't do it for me. Do it for yourself.
He really did a nice job of decorating, didn't he?
Yeah, look at these pretty curtains somebody made.
Not just somebody. Guess who?
Who?
Not Sarah.
No, me.
Oh.
You busy?
Come in. Listen to this. Letter from a parent. Dear Mr. Kaufman, so far it's nice, right? I just want to tell you that Operation Sandpile is the best thing that Whitman High has done in years.
Oh, that's so nice.
Wrong. You've just made a very common mistake. You've been seduced by the opening paragraph of a letter from a parent. They save the zingers for the end. Wait a minute. Inspired methods, go to the community. Oh, here we are. Have you ever considered the value in having your students care for animals during school hours?
What?
Oh, this gets better. Listen. Have you ever considered the plight of the pussycat with a working mother?
Hey, that's a whole new program for you. You can call it, Operation Sandbox.
Oh. Hello. Delivery's down the hall at the nursery.
Pam's mother sent this.
Pam's mother, I thought she already gave.
She wanted to say thank you.
Huh? Oh. This is enough to thank an army with.
Oh, I got first dibs on a potato salad.